Hi, everyone. Welcome back to English Unlocked, your friendly guide to learning English easily and confidently. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jake. Today, we're diving into a place many of you know well, school. Whether you're a student or a teacher, knowing how to talk about education in English is super important.
Absolutely, Jake. In this episode, we'll cover the language you need to talk about school, from subjects and schedules to common phrases used in the classroom.
And as always, we'll keep things simple and fun. Ready to get started?
Let's go. First, let's start with some basic words you hear at school. Jake, can you name a few?
Sure. Here are some common ones. Teacher, the person who teaches you. For example, my English teacher helps me learn new words. Student, the person who learns. For instance, I am a student in the 5th grade. Classroom, the room where lessons happen. You could say, our classroom has a big whiteboard and many desks. Homework, work you do at home after class. For example, I have math homework to complete today. Exam, a test to check what you know. For instance, we have a science exam next week.
Great. And here are a few more important words. Subjects, the different areas you study like math or science. For example, my favorite subject is English. Schedule, a plan that shows your classes and times. For instance, our school schedule shows we have PE on Fridays. Assignment, work your teacher gives you to complete. For example, the teacher gave us an assignment to write a story. Grade, the score you get on a test or assignment. For instance, I got a good grade on my history test.
Those are very useful. Here are a few more words that you might hear at school. Principal, the head of the school. For example, the principal spoke to us during assembly. Desk, the small table where a student sits. For instance, I left my book on my desk. Library, a place where you can borrow books. For example, I go to the library to read new books. Recess, a short break between classes. For instance, we play outside during recess. Notebook, a book where you write your notes. For example, I wrote the lesson in my notebook. Uniform, special clothes students wear at school. For instance, we wear a blue uniform to school.
These words make it easier to understand school life. Now, let's go over some useful phrases that will help you in school. Are you ready, Jake?
Absolutely. Here are some phrases students often use. 1. May I go to the bathroom? A polite way to ask for permission to leave the classroom. 2. I don't understand. Use this when you need help. For example, I don't understand this math problem. 3. Can you repeat that, please? If you missed something the teacher said, this is a helpful phrase. 4. I forgot my homework. When you didn't bring your homework to class. 5. What page are we on? Ask this when you want to know the page the class is reading.
Those are really helpful. Here are a few more useful phrases. 6. I need help with this question. Use this when you find a question difficult. 7. Can I borrow a pencil? When you need to use someone else's pencil. 8. When is the exam? Ask this to know the date of an upcoming test. 9. I finished my work. Tell your teacher when you are done with your assignment. 10. May I speak to the teacher? A polite way to ask if you can talk to the teacher privately.
These words and phrases are so useful. If you know them, it becomes easier to speak and understand what's happening in school.
Exactly. Learning basic school vocabulary is the first step to feeling confident in the classroom. In the next segment, we will talk about common activities at school. Stay with us. In the classroom, there are many phrases you might hear or need to use. It is important to understand and practice these phrases because they help you communicate clearly with your teacher and classmates. Let's go over some common phrases students often say. Imagine you are in class and you do not understand something. You can say, can I ask a question? I don't understand. Please repeat that. These phrases are very useful when you need help. Don't be afraid to speak up when you are confused. V. Sometimes you may need permission to leave the classroom. In that case, you can say, "May I go to the bathroom?" Always ask politely when you need to leave the room. Using the word "may I" instead of "can I" is more formal and respectful. What if you forget something important, like your homework? You might need to tell your teacher. You could say, "I forgot my homework." It's better to be honest if you forget something. Your teacher will appreciate your honesty.
And those are so useful. Knowing how to speak politely and clearly in class makes learning easier. Now, let's talk about some phrases that teachers often say. Listen carefully, because you will hear these almost every day. Here are a few common instructions teachers give. Open your books to page 10. This means your teacher wants you to find a specific page in your book and follow along. Pay attention, please. Teachers say this when they want you to listen carefully. It means stop talking and focus. Work in pairs. When you hear this, the teacher wants you to work with a partner. You will usually share ideas and complete tasks together. Hand in your assignments. This means the teacher wants you to submit your homework or classwork. You should give your work to the teacher on time. Time is up. When you hear this, it means the time for a task or a test is finished. You should stop working immediately.
These phrases are part of your everyday school life. If you understand and use them, you will feel more confident in class. Let's practice. I will say a phrase, and you repeat it aloud. Ready? Can I ask a question? I don't understand. Please repeat that. May I go to the bathroom? I forgot my homework.
Great job. Now let's practice the teacher's phrases. Repeat after me. Open your books to page 10. Pay attention, please. Work in pairs. Hand in your assignments. Time is up.
Practicing these phrases will help you feel more comfortable and prepared in class. Don't worry if you forget sometimes. Just keep practicing, and soon these phrases will become easy to remember.
Now, let's talk about school subjects. Here are some common ones. Math, numbers, equations, and calculations. Science, learning about the natural world. English, studying the language we're speaking now. History, learning about past events. Geography, studying maps, countries, and the earth.
There are also creative subjects like art and music, and physical ones like PE, physical education. Some schools even offer subjects like drama, where you can act in plays, or computing, where you learn about technology and coding. In some schools, you might find languages like French, Spanish, or German, where you can learn to speak and write in a new language.
Right. So if someone asks, "What is your favorite subject?" how would you answer?
You could say, "My favorite subject is science because I love experiments." Or you might say, "I enjoy art because I like being creative and drawing." If you enjoy learning about how computers work, you might say, "I like computing because I want to understand technology."
Exactly. You can also mention why you like a subject. For example, I like math because I enjoy solving problems. Or I love English because I like reading stories. If you want to talk about a subject you find exciting, you could say, I enjoy science because I get to learn how the world works. You could even say, I love drama because I enjoy performing and expressing emotions.
That's a good point. You could even add more details like, I enjoy geography because I want to learn about different countries. And if you like PE, you might say, I love PE because I enjoy playing sports and staying active. Some students enjoy history because it helps them understand how the world has changed over time.
Yes, it's always nice to explain why you like a subject. It helps keep the conversation going. Let's try a practice question.
Okay, what is your favorite subject, Jake?
I would say history because I love learning about ancient civilizations. It's fascinating to know how people lived long ago. I also enjoy geography because I like understanding how different parts of the world connect. What about you, Emma?
I really enjoy science because I'm curious about how things work. It's fascinating. I especially love doing experiments in the lab. I also find English interesting because I enjoy writing stories and learning new words.
That's great. And if you want to ask someone else, you can say, what's your favorite subject? It's an easy way to start a conversation at school. You can also ask, "Why do you like that subject?" to keep the conversation going. Another good question is, "Which subject do you find the most challenging?"
Exactly. And you can learn more about your friends by asking what they enjoy. Some people like subjects because they are fun, while others enjoy subjects that challenge their thinking. You could even ask, "Is there a subject you would like to improve in?" So, what's your favorite subject?
Let's practice a simple conversation between two students. Emma, want to help?
Of course, here we go.
Hi Emma, what class do we have next?
Hi Jake, we have math. It starts at 10 o'clock.
Do we have any homework?
Yes, we need to finish the worksheet. Did you do it?
Not yet. I'll finish it tonight.
Good idea. See you in class.
Wait, Emma. Do you understand the last question on the worksheet? It was a bit confusing.
Which one? Oh, the one about fractions? Yes, it was tricky. I asked Mr. Smith and he explained it. Do you want me to tell you?
Yes, please. That would be so helpful.
Okay, so the question asks you to add two fractions. You need to find the common denominator first.
Oh, right. So if I have 1/2 and 1/3, I find a number both 2 and 3 go into?
Exactly. The smallest number is 6. So 1/2 becomes 3/6 and 1/3 becomes 2/6.
And then I add them? 3 plus 2 is 5, so the answer is 5/6?
You got it.
Thanks, Emma. You explain things so clearly.
No problem, Jake. Math gets easier when you practice.
True. Hey, by the way, did you hear about the science project?
Yes. We need to choose a topic by Friday. Do you have any ideas?
I was thinking about doing something on volcanoes. I love how they erupt.
That sounds exciting. We could even make a model volcano with baking soda and vinegar.
Great idea. Want to be my partner for the project?
Sure, we can work on it after school.
Perfect. I'll bring the supplies. Let's meet in the library.
Sounds good. Oh, and don't forget, we have a spelling test tomorrow.
Oh no, I completely forgot. What words do we need to study?
Here's the list. There are 20 words, and some of them are really tricky.
Thanks, Emma. I'll study tonight. Let's quiz each other later.
Good idea. That will help us remember.
Hey, did you understand today's history lesson? It was about ancient Egypt.
Yes, I thought it was fascinating. The pyramids are amazing. Did you know they were built over 4,000 years ago?
Wow, that's so long ago. I wonder how they moved those huge stones.
Mr. Smith said they used ramps and lots of workers. It must have been really hard work.
I can't imagine. Hey, do you want to sit together during lunch?
Sure, let's meet by the cafeteria.
Great. I'll bring my lunchbox. See you then?
See you, Jake. Wow, Jack, we have covered a lot. Now also, here are some quick and helpful tips to make talking about school in English easier and more natural. 1. Learn key vocabulary. It's important to know common words related to school. For example, words like homework, assignment, exam, subject, teacher, and classroom are used often. If you learn these, you will understand conversations better and feel more confident speaking. You can also learn words for different subjects like math, science, history, and English. Knowing the names of school supplies like notebook, pencil, eraser, and backpack will also help you describe your day more clearly.
Don't worry if you forget a word. You can always describe it in a simple way. For example, if you forget ruler, you can say, "the thing we use to measure." This helps you keep talking without stopping. 2. Practice common phrases. There are many useful phrases you can use every day at school. For example, I have English class at 10 o'clock. We have a math test tomorrow. Can I borrow your pen? What homework do we have?
Practicing these phrases helps you feel more comfortable when speaking to classmates and teachers. Try using them when you talk about your school day. You can even practice with a friend or in front of a mirror. Try to include details like your favorite class or what you found interesting. You could say, "I like English class because we learn new words," or "I don't like math because it is difficult." This makes your conversation more interesting.
You can also talk about your schedule. For example, I have math first, then history, and after lunch, we have art class. Talking about your day helps you practice English and improves your speaking skills. 4. Ask questions. Asking questions is a great way to join conversations and learn more. Here are some simple questions you can ask about school. What did we learn today? When is the next test? Can you help me with my homework? What time does class start?
When you ask questions, you show that you are interested and want to learn. Don't be shy. Teachers and classmates are happy to help.
And if you don't understand something, ask for help. You can say, "Can you explain that again, please?" Or, "I didn't understand. Can you repeat it?" Asking questions helps you learn better and improves your English. 5. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. This is the most important tip. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes when learning a new language. The important thing is to keep practicing.
Mistakes help you learn. If you say something wrong, don't worry. Just try again. People understand you are learning and will support you.
The more you speak, the better you get. So, be brave and talk about your school day in English. Every time you try, you improve.
Remember, learning a language takes time. Be patient with yourself and keep practicing. You can do it. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. We've covered a lot. Everything from talking about your favorite subjects to using common classroom phrases.
That's right. Now, whether you're asking a question, talking to your teacher, or chatting with friends, you have the tools to express yourself clearly and confidently.
Learning a new language takes time, but with regular practice, you'll get better every day. Try using the phrases we talked about in real conversations. It's the best way to improve.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every mistake is a step closer to becoming a fluent English speaker. Just keep going and you'll see progress.
If you found today's lesson helpful, why not share it with your friends or classmates? Learning together can make the process more fun and easier to stick with.
And remember to follow us on English Unlocked so you never miss an episode. We have lots more lessons coming your way to help you speak English with ease.
Thank you for spending your time with us today. We love being part of your English learning journey.
We'll be back soon with another exciting episode. Until then, keep practicing and stay curious.
Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.